Good evening, everyone. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. I hope everybody had a great day. Just drinking a little bit of water, trying to hydrate. I've already had caffeine for today, so I'd like to be able to sleep tonight. So I'm going to be starting, I had mentioned before, Merry Mondays, where you work on your Christmas journals every Monday throughout the year. And that way you don't have to do everything all in November, which is, a time crunch. So I've seen people doing this, and I think it's a great idea. Not really sure who started it, and if I find out who started it, I will give them credit. But this was the first journal that I had made. It's got a nice big fat spine. I'll show you. It's got a 3-inch spine. It's made out of a book. I've covered it. I put some batting in the middle just to make it softer. Gives it a more padded feel. And then this beautiful material. I love it. And I went ahead and I glued in my ribbons on either side. And then I had mentioned that because it's, the material can be lumpy, I went ahead and I took a piece of cardboard like this and I measured it to the size that I wanted it, and then I covered it with paper and just wrapped it like a present, and then I glued it on, and then I made a pocket that kind of matches. They came from the same paper pack, that's why they match so well, but there's a nice little pocket on each side. So I'm going to work on the next one. I'll show you. This is the other one that I was working on. It's the same size book, and it has the same size spine, which is a 3-inch spine. This one I had to piece the material together because I just had enough to do the front and the back, and there's a seam there, which is fine. It doesn't matter because I'm going to be covering that anyways. You're not even going to see that. And then I had another, just enough to put a piece inside. And I had a long enough ribbon where I was able to glue it all the way across. So it's attached on both sides. And I think that's going to be great. Because what I'm going to go ahead and do now, like I did with the other one, I'm hoping that this, and yeah, it's flexible enough. I think it'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is put that aside, and I'm going to start. I had cut out my cardboard to go inside each, for the front and the back. And then I've got paper that I chose for that, which is pretty. And then I also have paper that I pulled to make pockets. So we're going to work on that. So what I'm going to do, put that aside, take another sip of my water. Hope everybody's having a good night. Excuse me. Okay, so I've got 2 pieces of paper here. Don't know if I'm really going to need both, but we'll see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, the easiest way to do this is to just put glue on this. I'm just going to use my glue stick. So I'm going to put, I got kitty hair on there already, my Louie. I came home today from babysitting my little granddaughter Gemma, and my cat Louie, he was running around like a maniac. I don't know. He was so funny, running all the way through the house, top speed. I guess he had been sleeping all day and he needed to get some of his energy out, but I was like, what is going on here? All right, so I think what I'll do is put a little bit of art glitter glue around the edges, just to make sure that, and I don't want it to show, so I'm just going to smooth it out with my finger. Then you just go ahead and I'm just going to, just enough for me to wrap it. Just going to wrap it like a package. Excuse my reach. I'm going to burnish that down so all of that art glitter glue sticks. And I'll just go ahead. I dropped the cover to my glue. Usually I drop the glue stick, but today I guess I'm dropping the cover. Okay, so let me get in underneath my desk here. I'm just going to go ahead, trim it up. This doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want to waste any of this paper, so I don't think I have enough to do the other one with this, but that's all right. I'll still be able to use that at some point. And I usually trim it up, and that way I've got this extra paper. I don't waste paper. So now we have this, and I will want to, let's see, this doesn't seem to be dimensional. I guess, I don't know if it, yeah, it doesn't seem to matter. So what I'll do is I'll cut the corners, leave a little bit so that you can roll that corner. You don't want the corner to be bare. Now I just noticed this is coming up a little bit, so just go ahead and just put a little dab of art glitter glue under there, and that'll be fine once it dries. Okay, so let me keep going. I'm just gonna clip those corners. There we go. And I'm not gonna save that. Excuse me, I'm gonna get a tissue. I've had a cold for the past week. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now what we're gonna do is, I think I need to get, a magazine to glue on so that I'm not getting glue all over my desk. All right, so I'm just going to put some glue all the way around. And then I will, oops, excuse me, dropping everything already. All right, so what I think I'd like to do is have a little bit of extra around the edges. There we go. That's about all you need. So then you just, some people take it and they bend it over like that. You can do it that way if you want. As long as it sticks down, it doesn't matter. I'll do this side. I usually start from the middle and work my way out. Yeah, see, if you leave that little extra on the corner there, you can cover the corner nicely. Oh, look at, we're already getting gluey here. Just started. Let's see if we can get that to stick down. Now, I like to push that corner in just a little bit. There, and that one, just wrap it like a present. And let's see, this corner too. Just use your fingernail to there. That's nice, sharp edge. Doesn't have to be perfect, but if you can make it look nice, then try to do that. I'm gonna put a little bit of art glitter glue right there, just to hold it. So we just wrapped that like a package, and that looks great. There's a little bit of glue on there, but I'll make sure that I use, let's see, it's fine. I'll make sure that I put my pocket over that little messy part right there. There's a little bit of extra glue. It's not going to matter once we put our pocket on. I could just go ahead and do, I'll go ahead and do the pocket too while we're, so what I'm going to do, I like to have the top edge folded down. And oops, I ripped that. I hope that isn't going to interfere with this pocket. Let's see. I think that'll be fine. Let's see, how much do we want to? We want about 1/4 of an inch on each side. Just going to go ahead and cut that. Yeah, and I can always take my art glitter glue. Oh, that's a green one. Art, that's a, I'm going to be using a new dauber. Let's see. That art glitter glue should be, I just bought this. It should be darker than that. So I'm just going to go ahead and run it around the edge, and that way you can't see where I messed up that corner. Not corner, the edge, sorry. Yeah, you won't even see that. See, I can see a little bit of white right there. Yeah. I did buy one of those little refill bottles for the art glue, and now I can't find it. God. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna, just to give, let's see how much. I should take just a little pencil mark on there, just so I have an idea where I'm going with this. And then just fold it on that line. It doesn't have to be perfect. I really don't like the way that this this paper is, it's like cracking. I don't know. I can always put like a little border or something on there. All right, so there's one side. And we'll do the same thing with the other one. I like to add a little bit of extra room on the sides of the pockets. And then the bottom we can just turn over just a little bit. Just a small amount. You don't need a lot. And I'm going to be trimming off that part right there. That's, you don't need much. Let's see if it's straight, which is not. Okay, so what we do is cut out a little bit of that bulk. Let's see, I think I'll just trim it like that. Let me trim it like this. Then I think, yeah, and we'll be able to fold it up and glue it. And then that one, this one needs to go at a slight angle. A little more. Okay, that should be good. Yep, that's fine. You're not going to see any of that anyways. Let me just try to fix it a little bit. Okay. So, I hope everybody enjoyed their holidays. We did, but we're all, everybody's exhausted. The holidays really take it out of you, don't they? Doesn't it? It's kind of nice to have a little bit of a break from all the chaos. I'm going to go ahead and trim that up too. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that down because that's bothering me. Uh-oh. Yeah. That can just glue down. All right, let's see. All right, I better move this out of the way because I'm going to get glue on it. Just going to glue the top down. And the sides and the bottom, we don't want to glue them down. We want... That really didn't come out very nice, did it? I'll just push it down a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. Where's that dauber? It's fine. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to put a little art glitter glue on the outside here. Right on the outside of this. We don't want to glue it down because we want it to give us a little extra room in the pocket. If you just glue a pocket down, which I've done many times, it's okay. If you're not putting much in the pockets, that really doesn't matter. But, you know, whoever uses this book may want to put things in there to work in the book. So let's see. So if you leave it, I don't even mind if you see a little bit of that edge there, that's fine. And look at that, came out really nice. So when that dries, you have a bigger pocket than you normally would because it's got that extra little bit of space inside. So that'll be good. All right, so that one's done. I just want to see how it's going to look with this whole little panel in there. Oh, that's pretty. So I tried to match up the holly paper with the holly on the, and it's not perfect. I'm going to be putting metal corners on, so that shouldn't matter. I think that'll be fine. That looks great. Okay, so we'll put that aside. That one's done. So now we'll go ahead and we'll work on the next one. Let's flip this over. You know it's gluey. And now let's go ahead and do the next one. So this is just extra paper, which I can use. You're gonna definitely need a whole one of these. Let's put that back. I'm going to be using the glue, so there's no sense in putting the glue cover on and off, on and off, on and off. Okay, got my burnisher here. I will keep that over there. Okay. All right, so where's that other piece of cardboard? Right here. All right. We don't need this right now. Move that over here. I have a table next to me where I can put things down. And I also have a stool on my left side where I can put things as well. I like to be able to put things down when I can. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with this. Put plenty of glue. This is a great way to use up some cardboard. I keep random pieces of cardboard on my desk to the right over here. And I have all different thicknesses. I have thin ones and thick ones. And I seem to find uses for all the different ones that I have. So I like to have a supply. So we'll go ahead and do like I did before. A little bit of art glitter glue around the edge. That should help. All right, I gotta stand up for this. Just need enough to be able to wrap it like we did before. That's all you need. My ring keeps flipping around on me. All right. Oh boy. Okay, so burnish it. Get all that art glitter glue moved around to the edges. There we go. Okay. Pull my chair in and get comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it again. Don't want to waste too much of the paper. Again, I will snip it, and now I have more paper to use throughout the book, because I like to use the paper I've used at the beginning of the book, and if I can use it throughout the book, that's even better. It makes it look a little bit more coordinated. All right, so I'm going to leave that like that for now. So I've got some room to work. All right, so now I need this glue book back. Let's feel it. Yep, that's good. Just want to get glue everywhere. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I need to stop and cut the corners. Oh, I'm starting to get glued to everything. And these we will not keep. Got a barrel right next to me on the right side, which is great. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put the glue on. There we go. And a little bit of art glitter glue around the edges again. There's no sense on putting glue anywhere else because it'll just waste glue. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and do what we did before. Let's get these strings out of the way so they don't get glued on. And we'll just start wrapping it like a package. Make sure your corner's in. And then tuck it. I don't want a round corner. I want it to be more of a pointed corner. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this just makes the inside of your book look so much neater. If it's too pointy, you can just take your fingernail and kind of push on it a little bit, and that way it rounds it a teeny bit, but not much. I don't want it to be super pointy. Let's just push that in a little bit. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we got to do this before that glue dries too. Got to pull it up a little bit. Just press it down. It's fine. And then this corner is a little bit. It's like too pointy right there. So I'm just going to take my fingernail and push it in a little bit. And there's a little bit of glue right there that'll hold that. Yeah, that looks nice. And I didn't get glue all over this page like I did the other one. That looks good. Okay, so I need to get a wipe. Said it before, I'll say it again. I don't like these baby wipe containers. They don't stay shut, so I have to keep it upside down all the time. Okay, so I need to get some of that glue off my fingers. Okay, so once I get these in, next Monday, I will have I've already picked all the papers for these 2 books. But I realized, and I was sitting talking to my husband, and I was counting up how many pages were going to be in the book. I have 3 signatures for each book. And I had 15 pages, and that is way too many pages. So I'm going to cut it down to 10 in each signature, so that'll be 30 pages. And each page, let me get a piece of paper so I can show you what I mean. Do I have a piece of paper over here? No, this is all cardboard, of course. But let me just grab a piece of paper. Let's see. What I want to show you is when you fold your paper to put in your book, excuse the glue all over me, you end up with 4 sides on each page. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So each page has 4 sides. So if I do 10 pages for each signature, that's 40. Right, so 10 pages for each signature will be 40. And then if I do 3 of them, it's 120 pages. If I do 15, that'll be even more, and that's way too much. But that should be plenty. I'm going to take out a few pages. So I think 10 in each signature, it will be more than enough. That'll be fine. Okay, so let's see, that'll be the top. I'm going to bend this down just to give it a nice edge. So when you're putting things in and out. And this one you want to glue down. We trim off that excess paper there. And I'm going to glue that top down. Excuse me. Well, I'm going to move this out of the way so it doesn't get wrecked. I did a nice job on that one. The other one, oh, not so good. It's okay. Oh, what am I doing? I want to do the top. I don't want to glue the sides down. I don't think I want to use a wet wipe on that. I have a few dry rags in my, yeah, just take that off, it'll be fine. Okay, stop, leave it alone. Okay, this is what we want to glue down, the top. Okay, so that's good. The sides we want to keep open so that they will give us more real estate in the pocket or room or whatever you want to call it. Now the bottom we want to turn up just a little bit. Okay, and we're going to cut the corners again to get some of that bulk out of there. Okay, I want to, before I glue this on, I want to see if these match up, like if they're the same size pockets for each side. I mean, they don't have to be perfect because it's the front and the back. This one is taller. I'm glad I checked. Okay, so that should be better. Let's see. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, I'm glad I did that. And now let's go ahead. I have a little vintage photo distressing thing. Maybe this one will work better than the... I don't distress a lot of things because it takes a lot of time to do that. Sometimes it looks really nice though. And sometimes you just want to cover something up. So that looks good. I like that look. It makes it look a little bit aged. That's good. Okay, so you can see here. I need to cut more there. Let's see how that's going to look. Oh, it's because I added some space there, so let's see. Do it on this side too. Will that be better? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's much better. This one still has a little bit too much. I'll just trim that right like that. That should be good. Okay, so what we want to do now is just a little art glitter glue around the edges. We don't want to glue these down. Oops, excuse me, I'll have to wipe the top of that glue thing. I have got to clean my glue bottles. Hopefully on Wednesday I'll be able to do that because I babysit on Monday and Tuesday, so I don't really have time to do much. I don't usually even videotape on Mondays, but now I'm going to be doing Merry Mondays, so I will be. I usually do like Wednesdays and Fridays, but maybe I'll do Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays now. So let's see, does it matter? It doesn't really seem to matter which way that goes, so I'm just going to go ahead, put that down, and I don't care if you see just a little on the bottom. That's all right. Move it over. There we go. When that dries, you get a beautiful pocket. And it's yep, it's plenty of room to store stuff. And I will put like some wording here or an image just to kind of dress it up a little bit, but that looks great. So now we have both of our panels. Let me put away my ink. Let's see, I better put my cover on my art glitter glue. All right, let's see. So this is extra paper. I'll put it with my pile. We'll cover up the ink. Okay. I'm going to take another sip of my water. I noticed because it's not summer, in the summer I drink water constantly. I noticed in the winter that I don't drink that much water, and I'm feeling really dehydrated. Plus the heat in our home it's very dry. I'm going to break out the humidifier this weekend, I think, for the bedroom. I think that will help. Okay, so we don't need this glue magazine anymore. Let's go ahead and see how these are going to look inside here. I mean, I don't think it really matters which way it goes. Let's see. These panels are a little smaller than the ones that I put in the other book, but I think it'll be fine. It's not going to be a problem. So what I need to do is, I think I'm going to use, I should have flipped this over. I still haven't cleaned my Fabri-Tac nozzle yet. And here I am. I'm going to be using a lot more glue than I should be, but I have to use what I have available to me. So, hope you can see this. I'm going to, let's open it. Yeah, and this comes out a lot thicker, but whatever. It doesn't matter as long as I can get it on there. It's going to take a second for it to come down. And I saw on this woman named Pam at the Paper Outpost, she put acetone in her Fabri-Tac to thin it down, and she said it works much better, and I'm wondering, I might have to try that. I mean, what is acetone? Like fingernail polish remover is acetone? I might have to try it out because this stuff is super thick. And if I could get it to come out thinner, that would be good. Make sure we get all the way around the edges. Looks like we got plenty of glue on there. And we'll spread it out a little bit. Okay, so, whoa. We're just going to go ahead and put that on like that. Let's see, I want to make sure that it's straight. Press it down. Where's my burnisher? Excuse the sniffling. Like I said, I had a cold for the last week. My daughter was worried that because my granddaughter had a little cold and I caught it, she was worried that it might be something worse. So we went ahead and took the baby to the doctor, and they tested her for everything, you know, COVID, flu, RSV, and she didn't have any of it. So she's just got a little cold, and I caught her a little cold, and I've had my vaccinations for everything. So I'm not worried about it. I'm very good about not, like, catching. I have 2 other grandsons, and I see them all the time, and if they have a cold, a lot of times I don't pick it up. It's probably because I've had so many vaccinations. I'm probably immune to some of this stuff. All right, so that one looks great. What I will do is I'll put something heavy over this and let it dry overnight. So let's go ahead and get this one on. See, this one only goes to here, so I'll make sure I cover that, and that'll be fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. These corners are going to be covered with metal corner protectors. I just want to make sure I cover that part. So let's go ahead. Oh, it looks like a little bit of the paper's coming up. Not a big deal. It's going to be inside anyways, but I still like things to be neat when I can. Like, yeah, there we go. That's good. That's not going to go anywhere. I'll just wipe that glue off. So I'll go ahead and do what I did with the other one. This bottle's almost empty. I think I'm just going to have enough to do this cover, this panel. And then I'll have to refill. Hopefully, if I just clean my other art glitter glue bottle, I'll be able to use it. I just haven't had time. I've been very busy. Like we all are. All right. So, as long as we get plenty around the edges, that's very important. Right on the edge. That's important. That's plenty. Oh boy, that's a lot of glue, but we need it. We need this to stick on there really well. Okay, let's see how far I have to go right there. And that looks pretty good. I'm very happy with this. And I think it matches very nicely. And if you push it down, it'll catch on the edges. And I'm going to put something heavy on this. And that will glue overnight. My pocket will still be okay. There's a little glue coming up on the edges, but that's good because that way you know you've got glue all the way around those edges and it will stick. And I want them to stick right here too because that's going to hold down that ribbon even more right there on each side. Oh, that looks great. I think that's going to look very good. I need to, like I said, I need to put heavy book on there. And that way it'll be really nice and flat. I'm really pleased with the way this is looking. I don't want to put clips because if you put clips, it like indents on the paper and you can't get the indent out. It does not look good. I think there's enough glue on here, and with some pressure, That'll be nice and flat. That'll be good. So I will go ahead this week and I will reduce the number of pages that I have to put in my signatures. Let me see if I can find where my signatures are. I don't know what I did with them. Well, oh, there they are. Okay, so these are my 2 books, and I'm really pleased. This one's covered inside. It's got its ribbon. This one is covered inside, also with the pockets, and also has its ribbon. They're beautiful. They're both the exact same size book. So these are, excuse me for making noise. Let me move these over. Shut that. Put that over there. These are the signatures that are going to go inside these books. I've already pulled my pages. And what I forgot in each one of them is if you've watched my channel, you know I love the sound of tracing paper. And I found exactly 6 pages. So I want to put one of these in each of these signatures. And let me see how many pages we have. I don't count that kind of thing, even though I can use that for a little tuck spot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, oh boy, I won't count the envelope, 16, 17, so I have too many pages. I'm gonna have to reduce these. And like I said, I want to put a piece of tissue in each one of these signatures. So I'll make sure that I go ahead and do that. Maybe I'll put it on the outside. I'm going to have to also cut these pages down so that they fit in the book properly. As you can see, they stick out the top. So I'll have to cut those down. I'll reduce the amount of pages so that there's, I'm thinking maybe 12 in each should be enough, because I need 3 signatures, because look at how big that spine is. So we'll have 3 signatures with probably 12 in each, and that will all be done so that when I go to start again next Monday to work on Merry Mondays, I will have these books with all the pages in them, and then we can start really working in them and putting pockets and belly bands, corner tucks, side tucks, up tucks, and that will be a lot of fun. And once I do that, then after that, it's just the decorating part. Oh, and I also wanted to show you, I've decided to use an old, well, that's not old, it's just a piece of cardboard, but it's corrugated. And I'll go ahead and I'll rip more of this down so you can see more of the corrugation. And then I'll take some white paint and I'll paint on it. It looks really cool. And then this, I'm going to cut this down, but that's going to be one of the covers for the book. And I have a similar Santa, and I have another piece for this one, and I'll do the same thing. So I'm already thinking ahead for the covers. So I want to thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you think of these books. If somebody would comment, I'd really appreciate it. So until the next video, happy crafting.